Well, good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's very different video on YouTube. I originally thought I was going to be doing a toy review, but unfortunately, I'm actually suffering from a major problem at the moment of one of the videos that this person has uploaded. This is Malamara 720, and if you quite recall, ever since like May of last month, I've been a complete nemesis of this YouTuber, and apparently, this streamer blocked me on the 26th of May, which I really found it to be quite offensive. And the reason why he has blocked me, and if I go up towards this, well, this is the video that I've straightforward made, of course, which was, of course, alongside of episode 5. Now, you may have realized is that when I made those rant videos, so it's basically me recording through a video on a video. I don't know. It's basically me sandwiching a video, or basically me making this video, or while making this video, I'm basically recording a video about another video, alongside with another video, which is the main stream right here. And you can definitely see why. There's my YouTube channel here, and definitely there's been a lot of problems. There's a lot of mental health problems relating to me being out of context, but I'm gonna keep it as a secret, because I'm gonna straightforward not remember it for a long period of time, just because, well, I'm gonna be fairly resilient. So this YouTuber here, being Melamara 720, while the fact that he is being very famous for making lots and lots of different videos, as you can see here, about YouTube poops. If I go up towards, let me just see, if I go up towards his posts, okay, so this is what happens. This is the thing that has been happening for quite some time now, and he's been uploading his YouTube channel called Otis Beer Streams. And there you go, he joined it on the 8th of September 2023. I would rather see him not having to have a YouTube channel, just literally in terms of how he plays games and that sort of stuff. That's basically just what I was looking at. And as I'm just scrolling around here, I'm just being very careful, and if I see any swearing, I'll just make sure I'll just block the entire thing. But I'm going to straightforward, basically have a look at what's actually happening at the moment here. So, we'll put it this way. I have, oh yes, I can see the Raymond stream. That's Raymond part 2. That stream for about 5 hours. Somehow by the looks of it. Yeah, 4 hours and 56 minutes. That's way too long. Honestly, delete that video, Otis Beer, please. I don't have to tell you again, but please delete that upload, because that has been 4 hours. And that's nearly close to 5 hours. Do not make videos which actually go up towards about 4 or 5 hours. Please. I am warning you, Otis. Please do them in a very shorter lifespan. In a long, or should I just say, a long sort of, let's just say a very short duration. Let's just say 3 hours and not 4 hours. Because really, that's not going to give you a very good audience retention data. And surprisingly, as you can see here, there's not much going around here. So this was the stream that I raged on for basically some time now, and I've got my headphones straightforward on. So all he does on his streams is that he basically plays MIDI or video game files, basically music on it, and this was the comment that I've been writing about. And there's also a comment here that I was actually unaware about, and it's this person here. Was I harassing? Well, no, I was not harassing this YouTuber. I was actually straightforward protesting against the fact that I want him to stop doing his streams, because I think we've seen enough of those stupid streams. I think it's probably best if this YouTuber needs to shut down, or in this case, needs to shut down Twitch and just focus on something else. I think that's a very good idea, and you know why? If I go back to episode 6, well, I didn't record all of it actually, but I think the one I recorded, it was, so the one I was recording was definitely the Legends of Gahoo, and definitely I was writing, or even in this case, quite a few bits of it. Strangely enough, let me just go back to the one that I raged so much. And of course, yes, there was lots and lots of stuff here. I don't know why. Oops, there was a bit of swearing right here. I just have to straightforward scroll down like that. Look at that. Let me just see, which one was it? I don't know. Let me just see. Okay, so I found the part there that was about 2 hours and 59 seconds, and I think, let me just see the part that made me yell a lot so much right into screen here. I think it was, I don't know which one was it. Was it this part here? Okay, get ready for the part, but this time I'm not gonna yell right away here. Let me just see. I think this time I'm not gonna yell, but I'll have some major problems. I'm not gonna lose this time. I think maybe it was this part here, but it could either be, I think it was the one that I yelled the most. Which one was I yelling at? I think it was, it might have been this part actually. Basically the yelling and the screaming must have actually been at this part here, I think. I might be totally wrong here. But let me just see, no, not my YouTube channel, but I want to see what's happening with, let me just see. Okay, so that was the part I was yelling right here. So let me just see. And let me just see which part of the stream I was yelling at. And I'll straightforward keep it onto my YouTube channel, as obvious as this sounds. Let me just see. I'll just straightforward. Yeah, what's even more very disappointing about those videos is that the captions, the closed captions are unavailable. So I don't know why. Which, in a sense, that's really stupid. I'm just gonna scroll down. I think it was, might have been 3 hours and 50. I want to find out which one was it. I'll try and find out. I don't know which. Oh, okay. Yeah, basically it was this one here. I think. So, when he says there you go, I think that was the part that really was straightforward doing my head in. And as you can see, all of the information here that I've just written, it's all legitimate evidence. And a lot of these videos have been going up to about an hour or such. Which, in a sense, as you can see, I've been writing this information right here. And as you can see, yeah, that's what's been happening. I've just written this comment down. This is me reporting about the incident that has just happened on the 19th or the 20th of June. It was actually the 19th or the 18th of June. I think it was broadcast on the 18th, and then it lasted up until the 19th of June. So I'm actually going to report this. Let's just say violent or repulsive content. And I'm just going to write a bit of information here. Because I was imposing a ban on Otis Beer, or Zach as I like to call him, I have noticed that, like the other later two earlier streams, he banned me because I wanted to end his streams. Because he was being out of context, saying, there you go, or there we go. And the fact that the raccoon with the closed mouth is not very good as an experience to see, then opening up to hear that quote is just angering me for that sickening reason. Or should I just say out of context reason. So this is what I've just written on that live stream. Of course, yes, I'm just going to straightforward think about, basically reporting it, and basically it's going to be a long series of just how much I've been attacking and straightforward writing this person. So basically this person here, I'm not going to say this name here. This guy here told me that I was actually harassing. As I said before, I was not harassing in that video here. What I was doing was that I was imposing a ban, and because of the fact that he was saying there you go. And let me just play this again, and let me just see the part that made me very angry at this part of the video, or that I was recording, I think. So basically when you heard that, there you go. That's the part that made me felt very angry. And of course, as I'm not going to become quite angry at this part of the video on YouTube because I'm calming myself down. And also secondly, it's also really, really hot. And I tell you what, I've seen more activity on YouTube being much more highly linked to this type of behavior. It's not good, considering that the fact that he's being out of context just does not make any sense. And apart from being completely and utterly complaintive in the way I tend to speak on my YouTube videos, I'm basically trying to get rid. And if you go back towards, if I try and copy and paste, if I go to the Twitch link, I can, basically what I'm seeing here is that's weird. I didn't notice Twitch has changed a bit of a, that's a bit weird. They've changed the profile design and stuff. I didn't even realise that. Bit strange, isn't it? So basically, because I've been reporting against the streamer, and the fact I just press follow, so yeah, when I press follow, and then when I report his videos, it seems to reverse back, and it's like a double back report. So in that case, I don't want to follow him just because of the stupid act that I'm seeing here. And I don't want to swear here because YouTube is hyper against swearing, and the community guidelines, same with Twitch. I'm actually sort of thinking maybe, yes, I'm basically reporting. So as you can see, I've been already reporting this YouTuber / Twitch VTuber. So basically I've been reporting against this person right here, and this guy is not going away, which is just not very good news, considering that I want him to make him more of a person who does video making, but not in the form of gaming. I'd like to see him play out in a very different way, maybe more to do with like something to do with video making rather than just seeing that. And strangely enough, yeah, the Wheel of Shovelware WiiWare Edition Volume 9, that was somehow, that was something. The one thing that really made me quite angry about the stream was the fact that he was there around, and I think he's going to do the same thing next week. But I don't think I'm going to do one of these videos on YouTube because I've reached about the 1,310 mark, I think it was. It 1,410 mark, I think it was. So I'm just going to basically leave my YouTube channel from now on, and as I'm going to be straightforward saying this to you guys now, that I won't be making that many videos a lot, because given the fact that I've actually reached this limitation towards LeoKinVideo's YouTube channel, and as you can see, he's only got about 1,410 videos. No, 1,409 videos. So he hasn't been making a video this week, but I'm hoping he's going to upload one of his videos this week. I'm sure he'll do, because it will be a chronically nice experience to see what LeoKinVideo is going to be up to later on this week, and I'm pretty sure it will happen. Please believe me, it will happen at this time. And he's a much better YouTuber than Otis B Streams because he's not being out of context so much, and the fact that he speaks more so than anyone else is a very good sign. This YouTuber needs to go. He needs to retire, and I think he needs to straightforward quit his Twitch streaming career and move on to something else, because I think I've seen far too much of it, and he needs to go and straightforward do something else rather than just doing Twitch all the time, doing video game streams. And the fact that my account also appeared in one of my Twitch streams, of course I do have a Twitch account, but I'm actually sort of thinking about doing, basic live streams before, and there it is, as you can see. So, yeah. And don't say that word, please. As you can see, I have been, basically, this is one video I'm just going to repeat over and over and over again. Rob, could you stop saying that, please? There you go. So, why can't I blur chat in real time? Okay. Just don't say that word, please. Anyone who might have watched the stream must have been quite curious to see what was going on, and I don't know why. At least I know where to blur the chat. I'll blur it out later, but still, it's like, please don't say that stuff. One of the worst aspects about the streamer here was that he also gave me a timeout as well. So I'm pretty sure what was going on was that, thank goodness, I'm just gonna scroll along the way here, but what I've noticed was that I've just noticed basically, I've been timed out quite a lot, as you can see. Let me just see. Let me just scroll down, I guess. Let me just straightforward see what. And basically what was going on was that I've just noticed that as I was being out of context, and I'm somehow realizing, let me just see what was going on. And let me just find out what was going on around here. I've just somehow noticed there's this part that I was given a timeout to do so. I've just noticed that too. Let me just find out. I think there was a time here that I got a timeout, and I've just noticed that let me just have a look. There was a timeout in one of them streams that I just had a look at. So I don't know what was happening, but there was a time here that I straightforward got a timeout, but I can't really remember which part it was. It might have actually been. I'm just straightforward investigating just to see what was going on. I can't really find out, but there was a thing on my Twitch onto my experience on being as a chatter on Twitch. So basically, I was. Basically, I've been I've just noticed there's just so much of it. Basically what was happening. He's being out of context, as you can see. The timeout does work. Again, please don't spam top notch. Yay, the timeout actually works. Nice. So basically what was happening, if I scroll down, and if you remember what was going on, there was more of that going here. Flip-Flop is still stalking you. Well, he's pretty weird, but I'm not surprised. Also, he's cursing you put on his channel. So that looks like typo to me. Basically, the English on it is just a bit weird and a bit rubbish. I don't know what's going on here, but of course, yes, apart from the fact, I don't know if the police and the law enforcement behind cyberbullying and harassment, or even doxing in that case, that's the thing. You got to be very careful on the internet these days. Clearly, that's my biggest warning is always be very careful when you're playing around with the internet these days, because I can assure you, times are changing to a very different scale, and it's a bit somewhat unfortunate these days that everything is all going to become, a little bit different. And apart from the fact that I was just saying out of context so many times, or top notch so many times, And yeah, that was the comment that I've written. So obviously that's what I was doing. So basically I was spamming for a very good reason, and that was because I want him to be out of his streams, because his streams needs to stop. And that's why I'm not having the energy to do that much toy viewing, but I'm having the energy to do something else in the middle of a bright hot summer's day, which would be fantastic. But hey, unlike this stupid dumb raccoon YouTuber, or VTuber as I like to call it, or Twitch tuber, um, of course, yes, get your eyes out from him and do something else. I think that's a very good idea to think about it. And what's even more strange is that the video that he has uploaded, the Wheel of Shovelware, he actually uploaded it just about 2 days later after the initial upload. Or was it 1 or 2 or 3 days ago? 2 or 3 days ago after the PS3 Pinwheel stream was actually released. That is incredibly strange, and as you can see why it has been uploaded for a relatively almost short gap has made me quite perplexed. It is somehow very weird if you ask me. But I'm going to straightforward, basically end it here, because you know what, I'm going to straightforward leave it as it is. Anyways, sorry for this very strange video to be uploaded, but if you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like, subscribe for more type videos in the future, and from that time, I'm not going to upload as much videos on YouTube. I might talk about using Twitch in another video's time, because it's just hot at the moment now. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, and unlike this stupid raccoon YouTuber, VTuber thing, I don't know, maybe that's almost like the YouTube partner for all sort of thing, or, let's just say something else. It's a little bit like the big old change back in, let's just say, the last decade ago for YouTube, 14 years ago. That's what I can remember, I guess. Okay, I think that's probably about it, apart from my stupid blabbing right here. Thanks, guys, except for that dumb raccoon here, and bye for now.